Hey everybody, welcome to a new installment of Split Second. My name is Julio and... What? Uh, what? Before proceeding, YouTube actions in the thingy up here, just scooting on by. Get them before they leave. Oh no, they're gone, they're leaving. But do the things, please. Remember, I am looking to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Every sub counts. Yes, every sub counts. And I just made it weird. Oh, and I really should be careful not to make it weird in videos like this, because this is actually a video where I have received a watch on loan from a company and they're probably never going to lend me anything again after this. But quick wrist check, I am wearing my Tissot V8 automatic chronograph. More info on the saga of this watch in the dingus over here on the corner, but not here today to talk to you about this guy. Today I have something very special for you. It's a brand that's brand new, brand new. Shut up. It is a brand that is new to the channel, but I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. It's a Christopher Ward C63 Sealander, and I have nothing to say about this watch. This is a great watch, and yeah, I love it. I wish I didn't have to return it. That'll be it for today. Whoa! You made it all the way to the end of the video? Really? Wait, no. Let's talk about this guy for a little bit, huh? This thing is great. I have very little to add to the conversation about Christopher Ward. I feel like many of you watching have already made up your minds, and if you haven't, I doubt that whatever I have to say would be able to sway you. I'm just an idiot with a ring light. But I do have thoughts about this watch. I do have observations on what makes it great. Let's talk about the Christopher Ward C63 Sealander automatic. A representative from Christopher Ward got in touch with me a little while ago asking if I wanted to borrow a watch, and I was like, yeah, of course. I've been wearing it for a few weeks, pretty much daily. I mean it when I say it. I wish I didn't have to send it back. So the very first thing that I want to talk about is the dial. The dial is a lacquer finish. You would think that, you know, it's pretty simple and bare bones, but man, it plays with the light wonderfully, and one would err maybe on the side of saying that it's too simplistic, but honestly, the way it just picks up the light is astounding. The watch retails for about 740 pounds, give or take, on the Christopher Ward website. I'll put up the dollars translation. You have the Christopher Ward at 12. You have the words automatic and the water resistance at 6 above the date. And I do love, as you know, a 6 o'clock date window. That date window is color matched, by the way. You have rectangular indices at pretty much every 5-minute interval, with a double index at the 12 o'clock, and truncated at the 6 to accommodate that date window. The words Swiss made are at either side of the 6. You have a minute track with Arabics at the 5s, going from 5 to 60. Beneath those, you have little red pips, which play wonderfully with the color of the water resistance text, as well as the red tip of that seconds hand, which, by the way, leads me to the handset. I love the handset on these Christopher Wards, just because, you know, the hour hand is extremely legible and distinguishable from the minutes hand. Minutes hand reaches all the way up to that minute track, and that seconds hand has that trident counterbalance, which is a signature of Christopher Ward. Protecting that dial, we have a sapphire crystal, and surrounding that crystal we have a smooth fixed bezel. This watch is a field watch. It has good water resistance for a field watch. It features 316L stainless steel construction, and honestly this watch is deceptively simple in its construction. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but man, when you take a closer look at it, you have a circular brushed finish on that bezel. Then transitioning from the bezel to the mid case, you have a high polish chamfer, and then another brush on the side of the bezel. Another high polish chamfer which goes along the side of the lugs and the mid case. Lugs have a vertical brush, and the mid case has a horizontal brush on it. Another high polished chamfer going to the case back, which displays that Sellita SW200, and it is just phenomenal. It has a custom rotor with the double flags and the Christopher Ward on it, and it is just outstanding. I don't need to tell you how well made the Sellita movements are. It is a clone of an ETA 2824. This is a Sellita SW200-1. High beat movement, it runs like a top, and it is just outstanding. The Sealander comes in at 39 millimeters on the button. It has a 45.7, 45 and a half lug to lug, 11.5 millimeters thick. So this is very wearable, very light on the wrist, slips right under a cuff, and it takes 20 millimeter straps, which means you will be able to change straps on this thing all day long. Do the wah. The case, bezel, case back, and the crown are all made of 316L stainless steel. The crown is signed with the double flag. It's kind of embossed there, a little bit of a bead blast finish. The crown is a screw down crown, which helps provide the watch with that somewhat oddball 150 meters of water resistance. I had never seen a watch with 150 meters of water resistance. I've always seen either 100 or 200, but 150 is kind of weird to me, but I digress. Yeah, everything about this watch just feels premium. It's just incredibly comfortable. And there it is on wrist. I have a 7.5-inch wrist for your reference, and this just is such an incredibly comfortable watch. Such a great wearing experience. The strap is a hybrid rubber with a Cordura top on it. So everything about this watch is just completely water resistant. The buckle is stainless steel, featuring the Christopher Ward signage on it. And this is just, it's so comfortable. I cannot get over this. Christopher Ward is one of those brands, ever since I started collecting, I'd always kind of seen it as, you know, just one of those super popular brands that everybody kind of loves. And I was just kind of, man, okay, yeah, they look nice, but I honestly, number one, I always considered them to be a little bit expensive for me. I tend to focus more on sub $500 watches. That's kind of what my deal is, right? So Christopher Ward's being in the 700 and up territory for the most part were something that I just never really even considered. But the thing is, now that I have one in hand, I get it. I totally get it. These watches just have a premium feel to them. And when you really get down to it, you really can't knock anything about them. They're just so good. They're such solid timepieces, you know? Going back to the strap, something very interesting about the strap. Normally with rubber straps, you have this situation going on where after you wear them for an extended period of time, you get this kind of nasty, gunky buildup that's just normally, you know, normal sweat and dirt and oil and stuff that comes off your skin. You wear a rubber strap for a long enough period of time and that will happen. I've been wearing this watch daily for 3 weeks. Around that time frame, nothing. It's clean. I intended to if I was gonna use it, but this thing is clean. Just maybe, yeah, just a little bit of gunk there, but nothing like what normally builds up, right? So that's kind of gross, but also something for you to consider. Maybe it's something about the way they have this kind of woven pattern to it instead of the normal ripples or whatever you get on rubber straps. Check it out. The twin flags are also featured there. But there's something about the way this strap is built that it doesn't get that gunky buildup, and that's kind of a gross thing to talk about, but it's also something kind of worth talking about. Oh man, everything about this watch is so great. So yeah, I've been gushing over this watch for a few minutes now, and honestly at this point doing a things I like section, it would almost be redundant, right? The watch is extremely well constructed. It's very comfortable. It has a great premium feel to it. It keeps great time, and honestly I generally love everything about this watch. It's really hard to fault it. I try to give you guys balanced reviews, right? I had a very hard time coming up with things that I didn't like about this watch. I can literally only think about 2 possible complaints that anyone might have. Number 1 is the branding. So Christopher Ward have recently switched their branding, and there was a whole thing, and if y'all don't know and you want me to make a short quick video about it, I can explain it, but there's a whole reason why they had the Christopher Ward name on there instead of something else. And they've recently shifted their branding to just be like the double flags up here at 12 instead of the Christopher Ward. And their newer models do include that. But this watch in particular, it does have the Christopher Ward name on there. I know that some guys are all like, ugh, I don't want a man's name on my wrist. Ugh. And, you know, if you're that insecure, what can I say? I personally couldn't care less. The other thing, it's probably also going to be the same type of guy complaining about having a guy's name on his wrist. Oh, why would I want a guy's name on my wrist? Yeah, whatever. The second thing that someone like that would complain about is the sizing. 39 millimeters. It wears fine for me. They've made some kind of voodoo. They've done some kind of sizing voodoo here. It's a small watch, but to me it wears like a 40 or even a 41. But, you know, there are guys out there that would say, oh, 39, that's a girl's watch. Yeah, 39 millimeters is a girl watch. I personally don't wear anything under 42. And even that's like a dress wash size. You must have tiny little girl's wrists. This guy is who I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, that's just me really reaching and trying to find something to kind of balance out the review a little bit, because honestly, this watch is great. I mean, even the color where you think like, oh, black is just kind of a humdrum, man, even that is just, it works so well because of that lacquer dial. I'm gonna do my best to get a lot of great B-roll of this because it just looks outstanding. And the color scheme, the black, red, and white, it all looks fantastic. Honestly, if anything, those are my two only gripes about it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. What do you guys think about the Christopher Ward Sealander C63? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember, I am looking to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the calendar year. Every subscription counts. I will be doing something special for that 1,000 subscriber. Not sure what I'm going to give away, but I'm going to give away something because you guys have just been the best. Share this video with a friend. Hey, share this video with an enemy. I don't care. Just get it in front of more people. That'll be it for me. Stay safe and be kind to each other because life can change. Wha! Didn't see that. Shaka! In a split second. Ha! Whoa! You made it all the way to the end of the video? Really? That's amazing. Even I don't make it all the way to the end of the video. Well, if you like what you saw, click here for another video and click here to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to ring that bell so you're notified whenever I publish a new video. Thanks for watching.